Hi there guys, Trevor from Nike Outdoors here, and today we are going to do my full 50-mile review of the Nike Wildhorse 7. Stay tuned. Alright guys, well, I have done a first impressions of this shoe. It did really well on the first impressions. I will link that in the description. And before I get too ahead of myself, if you guys like this kind of content, backpacking, hiking, trail running, camping, really, gear reviews, that's what we do here at RMK Outdoors. Hit like or subscribe, that really helps me out, and I appreciate all the support so far. So this is the Nike Wildhorse 7. This guy comes in at $130. I think that's a fair price for this trail shoe. What you're getting a max cushion trail shoe with some super nice lugs and outsole here, and then Nike's full length React foam and a rock plate. So you're getting a good value for $130. I'll get that out of the way off the bat. Oh, and if you guys want to pick this guy up, I will have another link in the description to where you can buy this. That is affiliated, so you guys can pick this up and support the channel if this review helped you. Alright, so looks. I got a little checklist here I'm going to go off of. Looks, I think the shoe looks a little different than most trail shoes. I do like the color a lot. The yellow and black is pretty sweet. The looks, it's Nike. It's always going to look pretty good. So I did enjoy using it. You look cool on the trail with a big yellow shoe. Midsole. One of my favorite things about the shoe was the full length Nike React midsole. It is super soft, an amazing shoe to use really on any kind of terrain. The good thing about this shoe is that it felt nimble and quick, even though it was a max cushion shoe. So I did like that. I used it on some hard packed dirt at South Valley, or hard packed trails. I used it on a couple technical trails in Golden. And again, this is a 50-mile review, so I don't have enough time, nor do I run enough to be doing like 200-300 mile reviews on these shoes. So durability on all of these should be fine, but I will pin a comment if I see a lack of durability maybe on down the road with these guys or any of the shoes that I use. Midsole was great. I loved it. I love Hoka as well. This felt like a Nike Hoka. It felt really good. Outsole. The outsole, you've got I believe 5mm lugs. I'm gonna have to put in the description. Okay, it doesn't say on Nike's website. I definitely looked it up somewhere else, but I believe they're either 4 or 5mm lugs. Plenty. It's an aggressive outsole. You've got full length rubber. You have that rock plate I mentioned, which does do a good job at keeping, the sharp rocks to a minimum on the feel of your foot. It felt good. I think this outsole was really nice, whether it was very technical or even dirt, flat dirt. So you do have an 8mm drop as well. I think 8mm for this shoe is pretty nice. With that higher cushion, it doesn't hurt to kind of propel you forward a little bit. I've tried running in zero drop. I don't know if I'm the biggest fan yet. The 8mm is kind of a nice spot to keep you moving. Not the lightest shoe. I'll put what it weighs on the screen. I honestly, men's 10 is they did put that there. I don't really care about any of this stuff. 11 ounces, so it's not the lightest shoe, but honestly, it's, for how cushioned it feels, it's pretty solid. The tongue on this guy felt really good. Nike does some really cool stuff with their tongues. I realized that the Pegasus Trail 2 had a nice solid tongue on it. It worked really well. It's nice and thin towards the top where it hits your ankle, so I had no complaints on that. And then very cushioned down the front of the tongue, which is really nice. A lot of tongues, the tongue of a shoe is kind of a missed feature. It's very important, whether it be not getting lace bite or making sure you can get it tight enough for good lockdown without lace bite. I think this is a really good tongue, nice and stretchy, lightweight. It did really well. Materials, we've got a nice lightweight mesh upper. You've got a little bit of a toe guard up front, a little bit of overlays on the side of the shoe to keep your foot protected, somewhat protected. Got a nice heel cup on the back, and then on this side, I believe this is some sort of mesh nylon reinforced on the inside. Very nice, padded. The shoe is very padded. It has a very premium feel to it, which is nice. I like shoes like that. And then on the inside heel cup here, you have two little, it's gonna be really hard to get this on camera, but you have two little soft inserts in here, which were amazing. It made the heel feel really good. And honestly, this was one shoe that right when I put it on, it felt comfortable, and that's rare, I think. All right, someone just started mowing outside. Hang on. Okay. Yeah, nice lockdown. You know, you got a nice little mountain logo here. Nike does some cool stuff with their trail shoes. I like to see them really embracing that side of, or any company embracing that trail side, especially here in Colorado. It's just so fun and popular, and it's nice to be a part of that. Getting ahead of myself here. Lockdown felt great on the shoe. The first time I took it out, I did get a little bit of tight feeling. I don't think I have a wide foot. I do wear a size 10 typically. I bought this in a size 10 and it fits. So I wanted to mention everyone's feet are different. So when I say that this shoe fits me and I typically wear a 10, that's what I've experienced. I'm also not the pickiest person. I feel like a lot of people are either super picky or, you know, they have different feet, and someone's not fit could be it was too short, it was too narrow, the heel didn't have a good lockdown, I had lace bite because I have a really narrow foot and the overlays cut down on it. So take that with a grain of salt when our YouTube reviewer says that, you know, this fit them. The best way to get, including myself, but the best way to get a good fitting shoe is to go down to your local store, or, you know, order them in, try them on, return them, whatever you guys need to do to get that, because I can say this all day that it fits or it doesn't fit, but that doesn't mean it's not going to fit you. Now, hopefully it should correlate pretty well, but that's not always the case. I wanted to get that out of the way. But I felt good. The sizing was good on this. Felt a little narrow at first, but you know, shoes don't need to break in, but sometimes they need to stretch out a little bit, and it felt great today. So I took it for its last run. Well, not last run, but last run before the review today. The overall feel of the shoe, I kind of spoke on it with the Nike React mid here. It felt really good. It felt super responsive for a highly cushioned shoe. The outsole was nice, even on hard packed dirt. It didn't feel like it was too much. A lot of high millimeter or full rubber outsoles typically feel like overkill on the trails that I do sometimes, but this felt really good. It felt nimble. This heel here, I'm going to talk about this heel. You guys, you can tell how this is rounded. They say it's to add stability, and at first I was like, well, how is that going to add stability? It's rounded, but it really does. Especially for me, I tend to supinate a little bit to the outside, but it's rounded on either side, and I really do think through your gait, it almost helps you land in a way that you wouldn't be able to do on a higher stack height shoe, these max cushion shoes that you kind of land aggressively on the outside and flop back to the inside. This kind of rolls it out, which is very strange. Durability, I have not had any issues in durability. The outsole looks pretty much brand new. Upper looks great, tongue looks good, you know, everything looks great. These trail shoes nowadays are really built to good, you know, with really nice materials. Unless you're just using it for 1,000 miles, you're not going to see too much in terms of durability. I haven't. Forgot to mention this. You do have a pull tab on the back. This heel collar, I should have mentioned that a minute ago, but this heel collar is super nice. Helps keep debris out and is awesome. I think more trail shoes should definitely do that. We hit on the price, we hit on the sizing, we hit on the stability. So that's I think that's really it, guys. I do have my Curex insoles out here just as a little tidbit. A lot of people ask what arch support is in a shoe. I'll show you guys real quick what the shoe comes with. So there is no arch support. This is not arch support. There's no arch support built into the shoe. Reason being, besides maybe very minimal, reason being because everyone's arches are different. Back to my other point. You guys, if you are serious about running or hiking and really think you need arch support, which I always do recommend, go get yourself some insoles. This is not a sponsor. Curex I really like because they are light. You get a little bit of movement here, but when it comes down to it on the arch, you're getting that arch support. It's literally as simple as finding the right size, making sure you're in the right arch, and slipping it in. So, you know, Super Feet, Power Step, Curex, whatever it is, this is never really enough, and you can get by. I mean, you don't need this, or you don't need an insole, but it really does help, especially on those longer days if you guys feel like maybe your arches aren't giving you enough on their own. So wanted to throw that in there. If this helped you guys at all, hit like or subscribe. It really helps me out. We're almost at 2,000 subs. I'm thinking about doing a giveaway at 2,000, and if you guys have made it this far into the video, I'm going to do a question of the day here. Do you like max cushion trail shoes, or do you like more minimal trail shoes? Just trail, not road. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. And yeah, that's it, guys. I hope I hit everything. If I didn't, light me up in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks, guys.